Hey guys, it's Jeremy Scott here with the AI Money Press and Guerilla AI Tools. Hey, I wanted to let you know, a couple of years ago, I sort of set a goal out for myself that I wanted to learn a new way. I didn't want to keep chasing clients or chasing realtors or running ads or running any sort of lead generation campaigns anymore. And as of, I don't know, late part of last year, AI started to come around, and I found this one really cool AI tool that has literally changed everything. And I'm going to share that with you here today in this video. But before we get started, I actually am going to give you guys a bunch of free stuff for being here. All you have to do is like, subscribe, and comment the word checklist, and I'm actually going to send you guys access to my AI checklist that has over 400 plus AI tools. That I don't use all of these every day, but it's a really concise list of all of the things you'd want to find out there, from video creation to text to audio for, I don't know, AI music creation, AI videos, all the crazy stuff you guys have seen lately. It's just a really good concise list, including access to this one special tool that we're going to talk about now. And it's really been a game changer. So also, as a part of the free stuff, I'm actually going to give you guys access to our new Discord community that is full of really great entrepreneurs and people who are on the same sort of journey, looking for a better way. And these people are working together. Really great accountability partners, folks to help keep you focused and driving in the right direction. So with that, we're going to go right into this tool now. In fact, what I'm going to show you guys today, you can start absolutely free without spending a penny. It doesn't require any coding experience, no programming. In fact, you could have a basic level of technology understanding. Just have your phone, a laptop, and you can get started doing this business with a friend, a coworker, a spouse, whatever. You guys can get started absolutely free, and I'll include the access to all of that right there in the checklist. And of course, the channel's been going fairly well, guys. We're still really brand new. We offered a really good incentive for people once we hit our 500 subscriber. We're a little over 650 now, so when we hit 1,000, I'm going to have a nice bonus for whoever's my 1,000th subscriber. We're going to send you guys something really cool. So thanks for being here for that. But I started to look at what could I do that could be better than, chasing clients and spinning plates and trying to keep up with the next deal and the next deal and the next deal, right? It gets pretty tedious and exhausting to do that. So what was I going to do? Well, I found this really awesome tool that I'm going to share with you, and I could provide quality services to small businesses and be able to make money not just for the service itself or not just for setting them up, but also revolving on a monthly basis. What can I do as a lower cost alternative for these companies without asking them to spend more along the lines of getting them to redirect some of their money, save them money, and actually have a better impact for them? And that was actually in one of my favorite tools here, which is GoHighLevel. In GoHighLevel, there's a lot of things. I'm going to do some other tutorials on this, but I want to focus on one simple element, and it's how to leverage time and bring in more quality leads for that business owner. And one of the great things about it is conversation AI agents. Now, if you've seen a lot of different websites out there, they have a little tiny chat widget down at the bottom of their page. Well, that's programmed. That's an AI agent that is there to answer questions about the business, to book appointments, and to help the influx of customers to that. Well, how do you find those businesses? What I did is I decided I was going to pick out companies like roofers, and I just looked, roofers in Arizona. And I got down beyond, of course, a lot of the paid ads, the guys who are around here, but Progressive Roofing was one of them that I found that I keyed in on for a number of reasons. You can see that their hours are kind of limited. They're closed right now, and as I'm recording this is actually fairly early afternoon. Well, who's there to answer the phone? Who's there to answer questions? And who's there to take care of clients? When you have a roof leak, it doesn't happen as much here in Arizona, but monsoons kick in, and you get to see what really happens. The ticket price for any of you who've ever had a roof repair or a replacement or had to fight with an insurance company, whatever it is, it's a high-ticket item. So the potential customer for a roofing company is actually very high. It's a high-ticket sale for them. But I found something interesting as I looked up their website. When I pulled them up, I realized they seem like a really good company. They've been around a really long time. Looks like a good group. I don't know anything about these guys, but 47 years in business. But there's one thing that's missing. Actually, there's two major things that are missing with this website. It's not bad looking, but number one, there's no call to action that is on the page at all times. But number two, down here, there's no chatbot. There's no, I'll take myself out of this really quick, but down in the corner where you normally see some sort of a chatbot or something, there's nothing here, but you can scroll down the entire page and there's no one to answer any of your questions. And if you want to get in touch, you got to use a contact form. A contact form? Really? It's 2025. Who's using contact forms anymore to stay in touch with their customers? These guys need a serious overhaul, and I'm not going to approach them about, revamping their website or anything, but what I could do is I could help them place a little helper over here on their website somewhere that's actually going to help funnel customers into them so that they don't miss anyone. How do you do that? Well, inside of GoHighLevel, there's a really great tool called Conversation AI. And in that, there is a way to program little chatbots to have a conversation with clients, to answer questions when you are either, maybe you're still in normal business hours, but people are just poking around, they want to find somebody. It's really simple to create these. It doesn't take a lot of effort, a little bit, of course, but to train them. But it's almost sort of like the old Ron Popeil method of set it and forget it. You set it up one time and you need to not really lift a finger a whole lot else later on unless they start doing other things. You want to educate that bot further. I'm going to show you guys how to do this, and you can create your own robot, but I created one over here called SampleBot Sam. And with SampleBot Sam, all I did was I educated him on the company itself. We activated the chat widget that we can put on the website, their Instagram, Facebook, SMS, and live chat, of course. Now, what I did here is bot training. What I did is I trained the robot itself on their knowledge base. And I added in their website itself because I wanted to educate it, and what better than to actually crawl the website itself. Now, it's trained. It's gone through it. I just trained it again the other day, but you can actually go and have it crawl. It'll get the data, and then it'll be likely to answer those questions for you. This is the simple setup. You can actually go really in depth in training your AI robot, and I'm going to show you another one for conversation AI right after this that will help leverage their time, answer the phones during off hours, and even handle overflow phone calls if their lines happen to be busy. So right now it says trained. So what we're going to do is inside of this, you could actually create, let's say, the top 5 or 10 questions that the company has, and you could teach it how to answer any of those questions. So what I want to do now is we're going to go back to the Conversation AI. Now that the bot is actually trained, I could take a little widget and put SampleBot Sam onto their website to answer questions for them. So we're going to open up Sam right here, and we're going to go to the bot trial. Now, here's one of the cool things. You can actually create an entire personality around this robot. You can say, you are a bot named Sam for Progressive Roofing, tasked to assist customers. Your primary goal is to build trust and to guide customers into booking an appointment. You can answer general questions about the hours of operation and types of services we provide. Cannot help with appointment cancellations, reschedules, and so on. So this actually would be a default field that you have programmed for that business, and it would just adopt that. But right here, cannot help them with cancellations, rescheduling, or only new bookings. So this is a really simple prompt. Obviously, you could make this humongous and give it lots of personality like I've done with someone I'm going to introduce you to in the next portion. But for right here, you can actually go in to test the bot and see if you've programmed it well enough. I'm going to take myself out of frame, and I'm going to show you how we do this. So right here, inside the text area, I'm going to say, what are your hours of operation? Now, this is sort of a service-based, so they can really be open all kinds of times. But I can say, it says, our hours can vary. When do you want to book for? I can check for the earliest availability. And then you could just give it a simple command like, I have a roof leak. It's going to think for a second. Got it. For a roof leak, the best way to start is by booking an appointment with us. When would you like to book for? I can check the earliest convenience. They could say, how about tomorrow morning? And so it's going to look through the calendar that you can connect it to at a very simple setup, and it's going to come back with this. I have some availability tomorrow, and here are some slots. And it tells us right now that we have 8 a.m., 8:30, 9:30. Which one works for you? And we're just going to say 9 a.m. You're all set. July 2nd, 9 a.m. See you then. Not only can it book that, what it actually will do is after that appointment is booked, it's going to send a message inside of GoHighLevel into the company. It'll give a transcript of this conversation, and it will then assign that workflow to one of their technicians or to someone in the office or whatever you want to do, and that they can then book that and have them go out and service that customer. Now, you can actually have a little bit of fun with this. I was playing around with it yesterday, and I want to show you something else I came up with just for funsies. So I'm going to say, what will they be wearing? And it doesn't have any idea how to really respond. It's going to be looking up information on the actual website. I'm not sure about the specific attire, but our team will be professional workwear suitable for roofing tasks. Well, you know, that's a fun answer, right? But let's ask it something silly and just see how it responds. Can they wear something sexy and appealing? I don't know if you know any sexy and appealing roofers. I don't know. But this is funny. Sorry, but our team will be in professional workwear suitable for roofing tasks only. I mean, sure, SampleBot Sam, take all the fun out of it. But that's what we're working with. You can actually train this bot to do all kinds of things. But what it really does, guys, is it interacts with customers and gives them the opportunity to book appointments so that an in-office employee doesn't necessarily have to be taking these redundant calls and can provide fast, immediate service. And if any of you have ever worked in a small business, especially something that's service related, there are like work orders and paperwork and there's stuff flowing everywhere. Sometimes Post-it notes. And, you know, Post-it, boy, that'll bring you back, right? Post-it notes, guys. This actually eliminates any ambiguity from what the client needs, what that conversation was about, and it will direct them to book that appointment. There's a lot of value in doing this and leveraging the time. Now, there are people out there, by the way, quote-unquote gurus who talk about charging a $2,000 a month retainer or more for this. That's not what I'm talking about. This is not a very high ticket item in particular, but you can charge a few $100s to set this up, $300, $500. The more in depth you get in, that seems to be a reasonable charge, period. And the cost for something like this, for AI bots that go on the website and leverages the time of an employee, an average cost of $200 a month on average is really, I would say, very affordable. And a lot of companies are actually willing to pay that to make sure that customers or potential customers don't slip through the cracks, especially when you're dealing with home service industries like roofers, HVAC, electricians, any of those types of industries. Those tickets run anywhere from $500 to sometimes $15,000 if you're in the HVAC industry, or maybe even roofing. So the cost of that customer acquisition or not letting that customer slip through the cracks, the opportunity cost, if that were to go missed, is pretty tremendous. And being that this particular company has fairly limited hours, I'm not trying to pick on them, I'm just stating facts. There's a lot of missed opportunity. I'm glad that they've been around for 47 years, but if their competition is using AI and their competition answers the phone and is able to get to that service call when these guys can't, guess who's going to win? And that 47 years might not mean a whole lot much further. And it may not make it to 50. So it's just a simple thing out there. If you know these guys, tell them I apologize. I'm not picking on them. It's just a thing. Aside from that, I want to go into another piece of conversation AI. And that is voice AI agents. Now, I programmed Jessica Bot just for fun because that was the voice that we picked. Now, another awesome thing, guys, is 11 Labs. That's right, 11 Labs. You've heard me talk about them before. They're the #1 text-to-speech app out there, period. And they do phenomenal narrations. Everything sounds so much better now. The quality has been unreal. So I can actually show you guys, we're going to call a number, and you're going to be able to listen. It's going to talk to us. Now, I want to show you really quick in the agent goals section. From this, I could have created a database, but instead what I did is I created an actual prompt that told Jessica how she is to operate. Now, I set this up for me, for my Guerilla AI Tools, Guerilla AI Solutions, for my SaaS business and so on. But I told her that your name is Jessica and you are the voice AI agent for Guerilla AI, a forward-thinking brand that helps entrepreneurs and small businesses owners unlock the power of artificial intelligence to automate, scale, and grow with precision and efficiency, and so on. There's all kinds of things in here that I have programmed her to do. And guys, if you get stuck and wondering about how to do things with the right prompt, ChatGPT, baby, DeepSeek, you name it, any of those tools out there, Grok can do it, anything. You teach it about your business and you tell it you're training an AI voice robot, and there you go, AI voice agent robot. Why do I keep saying robot? Anyway, but I want to show you how this actually works, and I will play this for you.
Hey, you have reached Guerilla AI Tools. How can I help you today?
Hey there, what's your name?
Hey, I'm Jessica. How can I assist you today?
Hey Jessica, what does Guerilla AI Tools do?
Hey, Guerilla AI Tools is all about helping entrepreneurs and small businesses find the best AI tools for content creation, automation, marketing, design, video, and voice. We guide you to discover tools tailored to your needs and show you how to use them effectively. Anything specific you're curious about?
Jessica, can you guys help me with my social media?
Absolutely. We can recommend AI tools to help with content creation, scheduling, and engagement on social media.
Awesome. Can you do anything with my YouTube videos?
We sure can. We can suggest tools for editing, optimizing, and promoting your YouTube videos. Want to dive into that?
Well, sure. But Jessica, I'm not feeling very healthy today.
Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you feel better soon. If there's anything specific you'd like help with regarding your YouTube videos, just let me know.
Hey Jessica, you seem really nice and your voice sounds pretty human. Are you an AI?
Thank you. Yep, I'm an AI designed to help with all things related to Guerilla AI, but I try my best to keep things friendly and human-like. Anything else you'd like to know?
Jessica, could you tell me a joke?
Sure thing. Why don't scientists trust atoms? Because they make up everything. Got any other questions or need help with something else?
That's awesome, Jessica. Thank you. You've been wonderful. Have a great day.
Thank you so much. It's been great chatting with you. If you need anything else, feel free to reach out. Have a fantastic day and take care. Goodbye.
Guys, that was a fairly detailed prompt that we have in here, and really, it's very cool. I can go into the transcript and it will actually give the transcript via email, and it will tell you, for example, as the business owner, everything that took place, the questions that were asked, and then it will even take that information. I could listen to an actual recording if I felt like it, and it could move my contact information. If I gave her my info, it would then move that into the CRM portion of what GoHighLevel does. So this particular tool is a much more in-depth setup, but even if you have zero technology experience, zero coding experience, none of this had to do with coding, did it? I mean, you guys see that there's no coding involved in any of this. It's just creating a decent prompt. I decided you could put in what my actual availabilities are. It would log all of the calls, anything that I wanted in here. Of course, it's not active, it's just in beta mode. But had this been active, you would actually be able to see, as the service provider, the number of calls that your AI agent had been providing to that business. And you'd be able to come back and tell that business owner what sort of engagement the bot had been receiving, and you could really have an easy path to showing your value. Now, setup on a tool like this is honestly anywhere around the $500 plus range, but you could charge anything you want. You could say you want to charge maybe more on a monthly basis for this, so you're willing to maybe forego the setup charge or maybe charge a lower amount. But I do know some people in the industry out there are charging anywhere from $500 to $1,000 to set this up, and anywhere from $300 to $500 a month sometimes, but you have to kind of go with where that business is at and with what you think is really fair pricing and so on. But it's one of those things that you set up one time and it's going on and on. There are some costs obviously involved with this on your side, but you can get started doing this absolutely free. And in fact, inside of my checklist that I'm going to give you, you actually get a 14-day free trial to this software, so you can go out and start providing this type of a service to local businesses right away and get your first client before anything like this costs you a penny. In fact, what's really cool is I've spoken with a few people recently who even want to do this as a team, even husbands and wives. It doesn't matter, your spouse, your significant other, you and your dog, whatever, but even friends and coworkers who want to get involved in a simple AI-driven business together with really low overhead, where 90% of the cost of everything is completely pure commission on your side. How cool is that? So there's no e-commerce, there's no shipping, there's no fulfillment, there's no widgets to fail, there's no electronics to go sideways. You're just providing value to businesses and giving them a return on their investment that helps them book more clients and miss business that would typically slip through the door. This has been an absolute game changer for me, guys. And in fact, I'm working towards replacing my income now. And whatever industry that you're in, you probably know at least 5 small businesses off the top of your head that are having a hard time with having people show up to work. They're having a hard time with getting performance out of people. And a reliable tool that can help leverage their time and help bring more business in the door is an absolute force multiplier and a win-win across the board for everybody. You tell me, guys, is that good or is it good? Or is it awesome? Really fun stuff. So that's what I wanted to show you guys for today. And I'm going to leave you with this. Thanks for being here, obviously. We look forward to growing the community. Join us in the Discord. Like I said, like, subscribe, comment, checklist, and I'll send that checklist directly to your email. And if you want, we can actually book a one-on-one call. I'm not trying to sell you anything. In fact, I don't even have a course to sell you or anything. Maybe I need to create a course. I don't know. I don't even have anything to sell you guys. It's absolutely free to get started. You can try my free trial. Hey, you can demo any other AI tools that help small businesses too. Bring value and value comes back to you. Thanks for being here, guys. We'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.